Welcome everyone to Lunchtime Politics, and we are back in the courtrooms this lunchtime, the deep of the Niger Delta region, where some would call it a semblance of political warfare, have been taken before the judiciary. The legal battle over the candidacy of the APC in the Rivers State election is far from over, as the Court of Appeal continues hearing on the pending appeals brought before the factions of the APC and also by the People's Democratic Party. Yesterday, the same court granted a stay of execution, which has been the matter of debate between the different sides of the APC on the interpretation of the decision of the court. Well, let's now go to our correspondent at the premises of the court in Port Harcourt and Rivers State to tell us what is going on. Emmanuel, what do we know now?
It is a day after the ruling of the Court of Appeal in Port Harcourt that delivered a stay of execution on the judgment of the Federal High Court. A ruling some have described as a glimmer of hope for the APC. Meanwhile, the hearing on the substance of the matter is ongoing right now before the three-man panel, as INEC is expected to make up its mind as to putting back the party on the ballots in the midst of the controversy of who the real candidates or the authentic candidates of the party will be. That will keep our eyes on. It appears it's going to be a long-drawn battle, and the arena will be the courtrooms. Well, we also understand that the party is holding a presidential rally. The wife of the president will be meeting with some women and youths from the party at the Liberation Stadium in Port Harcourt, the capital of Rivers State. And it appears that the party may just have been given some wind in its sails as we keep our eyes on the matter.
Many thanks, Emmanuel Ire, live for us there in Port Harcourt with the latest on that story. In the meantime, the crisis rocking the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State took a new twist yesterday as the Court of Appeal granted the prayers of the faction of the party for stay of execution on the judgment of January the 7th and nullified all the primaries of the party, restraining INEC from fielding the party's candidates in the elections in Rivers State. Well, this, however, left the council on different paths as to the limits of the ruling. Our correspondent Emmanuel was also there and reports.
Security around the Court of Appeal premises in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, was quite visible from early in the day, as 5 appeals penned before Justice Ali Gumel-led three-man panel, all cases bordering under Justice Kolawole Omotosho's judgment of January the 7th. The courtroom is a full house, as a ruling of a stay of execution is delivered by the panel. All 3 justices agree that due to the multiplicity of the appeals before them, it suggests that all parties are dissatisfied with the judgment, ordering that a stay of execution is just and granted. It is good news to some.
By this ruling today, all Progressive Congress, the APC in Rivers State, and their candidates are free to participate in the election. They can go about their campaigns and go about everything that's lawful to be done to ensure that they are on the ballot.
But not so good for others.
INEC, like the court observed, did not file anything, any process to refute that they did not publish the names. They didn't file anything. And in law, the moment you don't file anything to rebut what has been said, that is accepted as veracious.
As some are seen talking in small groups, suggesting that the issues may be far from being resolved. This ruling, in the eyes of many, is already throwing up talking points, especially as more appeals penned before the Justice Ali Gumel-led panel of the Court of Appeal. And many think it may have far-reaching implications on the electoral body, as well as the over 60 political parties participating in the elections in the state. Emmanuel Ire, Channels Television News.
Let's now ask INEC on the implications of all of these and the elections. Mr. Oluwole Osaze-Ozie, the Director of Voter Education and Publicity, joins us via the telephone for clarity on the situation. Mr. Osaze-Ozie, what is the status of the APC in Rivers State in light of the stay of execution order? Would we assume that the coast is all clear, as they say?
Thank you for having me. The correct thing is that there is, we have to study the ruling. It's not a judgment. Why you say stay proceeding, but you say execution of an order. It basically means the pending, probably the hearing of the appeal. Unfortunately, we have not seen a copy of the ruling or a copy of the order. So for us to make a categorical pronouncement on it, we have to study that ruling. The legal people have to study the ruling and say, what does it actually mean? We cannot depend on reports to the news media. We cannot speculate on it. So unless and until we get that, what actually has been said, I've read from papers, I've listened to your broadcast, it's not clear what has been said. So we have to study that ruling. I think the slant being put to meet by different factions is probably their own slant as they want it to be. But we must look at the back letter of the ruling and take a decision on what exactly is the position to qualify the position.
The question also could be, how soon would you be doing that?
Well, as soon as we get the ruling, as soon as we get the order. I cannot speculate on when we get the order. We'll look at it. But anybody telling you this is what the order says, what order means, is just giving a slant an interpretation that he or she wants to give to it. It's when you study that ruling, and it was not ready, or it's not been ready. It's not ready as I speak with you now. Once it's ready, that's it. But eventually, and we hope that there will be a final determination of the appeal even before the election, so that there will be some level of finality up to the court of stage on this matter, but it can still go to the Supreme Court.
I'm sure some people are also wondering, I mean, how does one get the ruling? How does INEC get it? Is it the court giving it to you, or you actually collecting it? Perhaps, you know, the procedure, if you can give us a little clarification. Plus, as well, we might delve a little to Zamfara State. They started campaigns, and that's the All Progressives Congress party there. I mean, there is nothing in the provisions of the Electoral Act that says a party that has been disqualified by INEC cannot campaign, right?
Well, first of all, there's nothing like disqualification by INEC. INEC does not disqualify. The Rivers petition arose out of an intra-party issue. And basically, my understanding is that the court had nullified its alleged primary, purported primary conducted by one faction, and even the other faction said, look, he also was not conducted by the proper body in the party to conduct it, so it was null and void. So both arose from the intra-party dispute, and both alleged primaries have been held by the court not to have been properly conducted. So let's get that. INEC does not disqualify any candidate or party.
Let's also find out your thoughts. The Nigeria Police Force, they've been urged to track as well as arrest politicians who are involved in vote buying ahead of the elections. Do you think that there is a will to see this done?
Well, I don't speak for the police, but I see no reason why it's not. We've had engagement with all security agencies, and if that reinforce that determination to ensure that where there is sufficient evidence, they would arrest, and if they hand over to us the case files, they would prosecute. I think, let me speak for the Commission. The Commission is very, very willing and capable and has the will to see things through in terms of prosecution. But we want a proper investigation to be done, and if a proper investigation is done and the case, criminal facie case is established, we will prosecute and prosecute very vigorously and ensure that the impunity with which some of the people are doing it is actually checked. And that we think that impunity can only be checked with some conviction, a clear conviction, not so much of the retailers, the respective ones, but I think we send a better message if we catch what some people call the big patients, those who actually do the wholesale purchase